Kansas City was just ranked as a top 10 place to visit in 2024 by Lonely Planet. Wait, who the hell is Lonely Planet? Well, it turns out they're pretty legit. Welcome back. I'm Kyle, your local realtor, and you might be wondering how in the world Kansas City made it onto a list with Paris, Montreal, and Prague. I mean, I don't blame you at all. Kansas City doesn't usually spring to mind when thinking about top travel destinations, but what if I told you that the city is steadily making its way into the conversation? Now, I've identified the three main reasons why Lonely Planet named Kansas City as a top 10 travel destination, and I believe they're great arguments for why KC is not only a great place to visit, but also a great place to live. And many of these things have to do with some of the major changes that have taken place right here in Kansas City and what's left to come. So make sure you stick around until the very end. You might just be surprised. First things first, let's address the credibility of Lonely Planet because I had never heard of them prior to this list coming out. I found a quote from Quora where a traveler expresses their trust in Lonely Planet as one of the best sources for travel information. They've been using Lonely Planet as their go-to travel guide for years. The articles about destinations are well researched and include maps and historical and cultural context. So it's safe to say that Lonely Planet has built a reputation for providing reliable travel information. But before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel as we're putting out new content every single week about all things Kansas City. And if you're considering moving to KC, then be sure to download our free relocation guide in the description below. And whether you're a resident or visiting, you should definitely subscribe to our weekly newsletter to keep you up to date with all things Kansas City. Now, let's get into the top 3 reasons why Lonely Planet named KC as a top 10 destination for 2024. First up, they spent a good amount of time discussing the major upgrades in our transportation. So back in March of 2023, our air travel experience got a major upgrade with the opening of a brand new Kansas City International Airport. This place is all about embracing local vibes and ensuring accessibility for all, aiming to become the most inclusive airport terminal worldwide. So what's the scoop on this new terminal? Well, long story short, it brought Kansas City into the 21st century for air travel. About the only thing the previous airport had going for it was its convenience. This new terminal, however, is the largest infrastructure project the city has ever seen. There are 40 gates with the ability to expand to 50 in the future, dedicated arrival and departure levels, a covered parking garage, moving walkways, guys, you see these in other airports, and a streamlined security checkpoint system. And they've added plenty of other new amenities to make traveling to and from Kansas City more attractive and accessible. This opens Kansas City up to a whole new group of people who have otherwise flown over our city. But once you step inside, you're in for a real treat. There's a wide variety of local restaurants and shops with over 80% of the businesses proudly representing local brands. But the one thing that really stands out is the incredible art that you'll find throughout the terminal. They've invested a not so meager $5.6 million in art created by 28 different artists. In fact, 19 of those artists are from the Kansas City area or have strong local ties. So whether you're into sculptures, paintings, or installations, you'll find works that reflect the city's history and cultural identity from the legendary jazz scene to its famous City of Fountains nickname. Even being at the airport can be fun, and if you're someone that'll have to fly a lot from KC, you'll most certainly enjoy the experience. There's also a big transportation upgrade happening right now in the heart of downtown KC, and it's set to connect convention attendees, tourists, and residents alike to more of the city's neighborhoods and entertainment options. And that's the expansion of the KC streetcar. And it's happening right now thanks to some serious funding that was announced a couple of years ago. The main extension to UMKC in the Country Club Plaza is making some serious progress, and we're already over the halfway mark. As it stands, the project is now 54% complete, covering all the essential aspects like tracks, power systems, pedestrian enhancement, and upcoming station stops. Crews have successfully wrapped up work on 7 out of 15 future streetcar stops, and they're currently hard at work to finish the remaining 8 stops by 2025. And this is just the beginning. The city recently signed the Emerging Projects Agreement with the Department of Transportation, which gives Kansas City access to $15 billion in funding for future infrastructure projects. So it makes sense that transportation is playing a pivotal role in why Kansas City is gaining recognition as a premier travel destination and a desirable place to live. The number 2 reason that Lonely Planet named Kansas City as a top travel destination is all of the development taking place. They specifically called out 2 of these developments in their article, the first being the KC Currents new stadium, or now known as CPKC Stadium, which is really coming together. They're in the final phase of construction, which has been moving along rather swiftly. This $117 million venue is a game changer because it's the first stadium built exclusively for a women's professional soccer team, and it's all set to open its doors in March, just in time for the team's first match of the 2024 season. The stadium itself can hold up to 11,500 fans, and there's not one seat that is more than 100 feet from the field. One of the things that I absolutely love is that instead of opting for generic stadium food, they're instead partnering with local vendors like Joe's KC, Billy's Grocery, and Yoli Tortilleria. The action is set to kick off in 2024, and it's just a stone's throw away from downtown Kansas City, right along the upcoming Berkeley Riverfront extension of the KC streetcar. So you can catch all the soccer action and be in the heart of the city in no time. And if you're not into soccer, well, this place is going to host concerts and all sorts of awesome events. So you're definitely going to have something to look forward to more often than not. Now, it's not just the stadium that has people here excited. There are several other awesome developments taking place around the city, like Pennway Point and the South Loop Link, which I've covered a ton of on this channel. However, there's one groundbreaking project which will be another first of its kind, the Rock Island Bridge. This entertainment district is set to open in the spring of 2024 and will soon be the nation's first entertainment district on a bridge. This historic railroad bridge is getting a massive makeover, and it's going to be more than just a crossing. It'll become a vibrant gathering space and entertainment hub with live music, dining, coffee shops, and so much more. The Rock Island Bridge aims to breathe life back into the bridge and kickstart economic development along the waterfront, while also connecting trailheads in Kansas City, Missouri and Kansas City, Kansas. Not only will you have shops and restaurants with stunning views of the city from the river, but there's even talk about zip lining across the river. So when you couple the major changes taking place in the city's transportation with several projects that are first, not only for KC, but for the entire country, it's no wonder that the city is no longer flying under the radar. Okay, so now that we've talked about all of the awesome improvements taking place across the city, let's talk about the things that are too good to change about it. Kansas City's diverse culinary scene. Believe it or not, the barbecue alone in Kansas City could convince you to move here. It's that good. Kansas City has rightfully earned its reputation as the barbecue capital of the country, and for good reason. You won't believe the sheer amount of barbecue joints scattered throughout the metro area, and the thing is, they're all insanely good. Whether you're savoring the mouth-watering ribs at Arthur Bryant's or biting into the incredible melt-in-your-mouth burn-ins at Chef Jay's Barbecue, you'll find that each barbecue spot in the city is worth it. But it's not just the barbecue that's worth raving about. Kansas City has a food and beverage scene that will leave your taste buds completely satisfied. From authentic Mexican restaurants to trendy breweries and chic cafes, this city has it all. In Kansas City, you'll never find yourself hungry or parched. There's always something delicious waiting for you. And if you're up for a real good time and want to explore Kansas City's rich cocktail history, a visit to a distillery is a must. Back in the day, the city had quite the reputation for its party scene, all thanks to the legendary mob figure Tom Pendergast. Even during Prohibition, this place was alive and kicking with bootlegging, speakeasies, gambling joints, and even a red light district, earning it the nickname the Paris of the Plains. And the love for great drinks continues to this day, as you'll find some top-notch distilleries around town. One of the gems is J. Rieger & Company, which started way back in 1887, churning out over 100 different products until Prohibition forced them to shut their doors in 1919. But fear not, they've made a comeback 95 years later, right in the same spot in Electric Park District in the East Bottoms. Now they're crafting delicious whiskey, dry gin, and more. You can drop by from Wednesdays through Sundays, and they even offer tours of their facility, tastings for the adults, and a monogram lounge where you can enjoy cocktails while overlooking the distillery in action. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Kansas City has so much to offer visitors and residents alike. Personally, I wasn't surprised to see KC on the list of top places to visit in 2024. Not only is the city growing, but it has a rich culture and diverse culinary scene that blends a wide array of flavors from world-renowned barbecue joints to innovative farm-to-table restaurants. The arts thrive here with world-class museums, galleries, and live music venues. Additionally, the city's friendly and welcoming atmosphere makes it a place where you can easily connect with people from all walks of life. So whether you're a history buff, a foodie, an art enthusiast, or simply seeking a warm and inviting community, Kansas City has something special to offer everyone. So if you haven't done so already, make sure to put Kansas City on your travel list for 2024, and you'll discover a city that goes far beyond your expectations. I hope this video is giving you some real reasons to visit or perhaps to even move to Kansas City. And if you're looking to buy or sell a property anywhere in the metropolitan area, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at info@movingtokc.net, and my team and I would love to assist you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel as we're releasing new content every single week about life here in Kansas City. And if you are considering the move, remember to download our free relocation guide. The link is in the description below. Until next time.